Hi there everyone, it's Jason here from Just Pure, and it's Friday, so it's limited company day, and today I'm talking about how much you should be paying for your limited company accounts and your corporation tax return. If you've enjoyed this video, give it a like, that would be much appreciated, and please do subscribe to my channel. I'm often producing videos at least on a weekly basis, so if you subscribe you'll get notified of all future clips. If you need to contact me, as I say, my name's Jason Blackman. I'm from Just Pure. I've been in practice since 2001, and my email address is in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. That's justpurelewis@gmail.com, and in the bottom right hand corner is my website, accountantlewis.co.uk. So today, how much should you be paying for your limited company accounts and corporation tax return? Now, first of all, what do you need to do? Well, your statutory accounts need to be prepared for Companies House, and you're usually allowed 9 months to file. So the deadline for filing your accounts with Companies House usually falls 9 months after your end of year. So let's say, for example, your end of year is 31st of March 21, then you'll get till the end of December 21 to file your accounts with Companies House. So plenty of time. But yeah, the period, if you're in your first period of limited company, for example, then the deadlines may differ. But usually, as you go down the road, you'll have 9 months to file your company accounts with Companies House, your statutory accounts with Companies House. You usually get 9 months to file them. So that's the sort of first job that your accountant would do for you, is to file your accounts to Companies House within 9 months of your end of year. And there's also your corporation tax return. Now that's very much like a personal tax return, only it's for limited companies, and that needs to be prepared for HMRC. And you usually get 12 months to file your corporation tax return, so a little bit longer. So again, let's go with the end of year of 31st of March 21. You'll get till the end of March 22 to file your corporation tax return. But usually, obviously, both things are usually done together. So your corporation tax return will usually be prepared when your statutory accounts are prepared, and the corporation tax return is normally filed with HMRC at the same time that your statutory accounts are filed with Companies House. But you do get that little bit longer. The deadline is an extra 3 months to file your corporation tax return with Companies House. Now, there's a corporation tax payment, so obviously the return shows how much corporation tax you have to pay, but the actual payment itself has to be made a little bit before. So your corporation tax payment with HMRC is due 9 months and 1 day after the end of the accounting period. So again, if we're saying 31st of March 21 is the accounting period, 9 months and 1 day after that is the 1st of January 22, and that's when your corporation tax payment would need to be made to HMRC. Now, slightly begs the question, why do you get 12 months to file your corporation tax return when your payment has to be made 9 months and 1 day? Because obviously the answer is that it should be filed with HMRC well before the 12-month deadline, because obviously your corporation tax return would need to be prepared well before 9 months and 1 day after your end of period, so that you know how much corporation tax your limited company has to pay. So really, the earlier you can prepare your accounts and corporation tax return after your accounting year end, the better really. The earlier it can be prepared, the more notice you'll get of your corporation tax bill. So obviously, although you do get the 12-month deadline to file your corporation tax return, most of them are usually filed way before then, because they have to be prepared so that you know how much corporation tax you have to pay, because that's due a lot earlier than the return. I hope that makes sense anyway. So the question is, how much should you be paying for your limited company accounts and corporation tax returns? So in the previous 3 points, I've kind of given you the process of what happens, what an accountant does. The accountant needs to prepare the statutory accounts and then file them with Companies House. The accountant needs to prepare the corporation tax return, and also to let you know how much tax your limited company has to pay, and also to file your corporation tax return with HMRC. Now, I've seen lots of prices for this over my career, stretching from a couple of £100 to a few £1,000. So what's the norm? Well, I'd say the norm's probably around £900. I mean, I guess anything less than 1,000 you're doing pretty well for all that stuff, for all that work. The preparation of your limited company accounts and corporation tax return is usually around about £1,000. So as I say, if you're getting charged less than that, then you're doing pretty well. Similarly, if you're getting charged a lot more than that, then it might be worth asking the question why. Again, I've seen accounting firms charge clients £2,500, for example, for a very small company, a very simple set of statutory accounts, and I do question that, if I'm honest. But likewise, the other end of the scale, I've seen accountancy firms offering this service for a sort of £150, £200, and again, I would question that the other way, because it can't be much of a service if they can afford to do it for just £100, £200. You know, a lot of work, a lot of qualification obviously goes into this. I mean, I've been an accountant for 20 years now, so I've got the qualifications and the experience. And at the end of the day, you know, you're paying the money for the accountant's qualification and the accountant's experience, and their experience and qualifications are what sort of does the job properly and what helps you save tax. So I'd say £1,000 is the norm. I would say, you know, a couple of £100, if you've been quoted that, then run a mile because there's something wrong. And similarly, if you've been quoted £2,000-3,000, I'd also question that. Again, it depends on the scope of the work. If there's lots and lots and lots of work involved, if you've got to recreate the entire set of records from scratch, then maybe it would be a bit more than you know, £1,000. But I'm talking about, you know, the records having been prepared in a good way, having good clean records to prepare the accounts from. You know, you've got a good bookkeeper, or you're, you know, even doing the bookkeeping yourself. But as long as the bookkeeping's been done properly, then I would say you could probably expect to pay around £1,000. As I say, our fees are around £900 for a limited company. That equates to £75 per month, because we like to charge our fees on a monthly basis. So we usually set up a direct debit, and for a standard limited company, it would be around £75 a month plus VAT. But obviously, you know, if there was a lot more work to do, then that scope may change. But in general, if you've got a good set of bookkeeping records, then you would expect to pay around £1,000 or maybe a bit less for your limited company accounts preparation and your corporation tax return preparation, and of course filing the accounts, the statutory accounts to Companies House, and filing the tax return with HMRC. So I hope that's helped. I hope that's given you a little bit of insight into what's involved in the job and how much you should be charged. I hope that's been helpful. Please do give the video a like. Please subscribe to my channel for updates on future clips, and obviously please contact me should you require any help. You know, my email address bottom left, my website is accountantlewis.co.uk. that's in the bottom right. So I hope that's been beneficial. I hope you've enjoyed the clip, and I look forward to seeing you again very, very soon.